Hello students, I am Dr. Manish Khargonkar, and today in this PowerPoint presentation video we will be discussing the demand analysis. First of all, the demand. Demand for a thing is that at what quantity it can be purchased at a given price at a given time. It means demand is that thing at what quantity and at what price you agree to purchase a particular commodity at a particular time. This is the important definition of demand. Now, there are some characteristics of demand. If you want to assess the demand from your side or from any other person's side for a particular thing, then you must see that in the demand there must be these two things. Number one is willingness, and number two is capability or ability. For example, if I have lot of money but I don't want to purchase a motorcycle, then it will be considered that I am not having a demand for motorcycle. On the contrary, it may happen that I have a willingness to purchase a motorcycle, or for example a BMW car. I want to purchase it at the earliest, but I don't have the money which is required to purchase it. So there must be a willingness and ability or capacity to assess a demand. Otherwise, it will not be said as a demand for a particular person for a particular commodity. Now, there are some factors which affect the demand. This is very important theoretical concept. Sometimes government policy is that it is against the manufacturing or it is against the pricing of a certain commodity. So demand for that will be very lower. It will affect the demand. Then if the price is very high, then it will affect the demand in adverse side. It will be very low. Then in income is also a affecting factor. If the income is very low, then it will affect the demand. If the income is high, then it will also affect the demand. Sometimes we have different preferences. Suppose anything which is easily available and it is in my budget, but my preference is another commodity. So it will affect my demand. I will not purchase that commodity or that thing because this is a factor which is affecting my demand because of my preference and other people preferences are different. Climate, it is also affecting the demand. Advertisement, there are some uh, products for which extensive advertisement is made by the company, so the demand is pushed or the demand is made higher, and it may happen vice versa also. Then we have demonstration effect. Demonstration effect means if some people have an have a habit to demonstrate the things which they purchase, so they will also affect the demand. The demonstration effect, this is called. And if the national income of a country is higher or is increasing or is decreasing, then it also affects the demand in that country. Then we have demand function. So demand function is explained in the equation. Q is equal to function of P1 PRI1 comma Y TEO. Now here Q is the quantity demanded, P1 is the price, PR1 is the price of the related products, Y is the income of the consumer, T tastes and preferences, and E expectations in the future, and O in the last is other factors. Students, then there is a very important law of demand. The law of demand says that if the price of a particular commodity is higher, then the demand for that is observed as lower. And if the price get lowered, then the demand can be seen increasing. So people will buy more at lower price and less at higher price. This is called the law of demand. Now, we have some exceptions of the law of demand, where exceptions means there is on in these cases the law of demand does not apply. The first is giffen goods. Giffen goods is a very good example. I will give one example that in a village, people were spending uh, the their income on potatoes and other things, other commodities. But potato was regularly used and it was an essential commodity for those villagers. Now, what happened? That potatoes were became very costly day by day. But the demand for potato was not observed to be lower. So here, the law of demand is not applicable because the price of potato is increasing and the demand is also the same. It is not decreasing. So, what was the reason for that? It was that people started avoiding their other expenditure from their income and they spent the same amount on the potatoes purchasing. So, this is called giffen goods. It might be some other goods also. Then the costly and showy goods. There are some goods which people are using for the what we can say the manifestation or for the projection and for their ego, to satisfy their ego that I have this costly thing. So here also the law of demand does not apply. For example, if I spend some amount on a painting which is made by a very famous painter, I want that painting in my drawing room. So I will not take, I will not care about the price. If it high, if it arises or if the price increases, then at the same time I will purchase it. So the costly goods or the goods for projection are we can say they are not having the law of demand applicable on that. Then auction goods. In an auction, we always see that as the price increases, more and more people come and they ask for the higher prices, and the demand increases. More and more people are giving auction price. They are offering the more and more price for the same good. So here law of demand is not applicable. Then in speculation, the law of demand is not applicable. Similarly, what we have seen earlier, branded goods also are not covered under the law of demand. If the brand is preferred by the customer, then he is not going to care about the price. If the price increases for 5 times or 10 times, then he is also going to purchase it. Now, we prepare the demand curve. Demand curve means one axis is on the it is a 90-degree actually graph. When we can say that the demand curve always slope downwards to the right side, because Here, if we prepare that demand curve according to the law of demand, then at more price we purchase the less quantity, and at less price we purchase the more quantity. So if we uh, join the midpoints of all these price and quantity demanded, then we can draw a curve which is always observed to the downwards in the right side of us. So this is the statement that demand curve always slope downwards to the right side. Then we have a very important concept, that is elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand is the ratio of change in the quantity demanded due to change in the demand determinant. The demand determinants are always affecting the demand. And when, in simple language, we can understand the elasticity of demand, that how much there is a change into the demand due to the change in the price, income, or promotion, or cross sales. So this is called the elasticity of demand. It means when we try to measure the change in the demand due to change in the determinant like price, income, and all these, so we can measure the percentage, we can measure the ratio, and that is called the elasticity of demand. So price elasticity means due to change in the price, the demand changes. That is called price elasticity. Due to change in the income, the uh, demand is having a change, and so we can say that there is a income elasticity. And one more concept is that promotional elasticity. It means when the advertisement expenditure is made extensively on the product, then due to that the demand increases, or due to that the demand may decrease. So that is called promotional elasticity. And the cross elasticity is in case of two cases. Cross elasticity is having in case is observed in case of complementary and substitute goods. Now what is complementary and what is substitute? Suppose we observe that the tea price of tea is increased. So at the same time we can also observe that the demand of sugar also decreases, because people will start avoiding drinking tea or preparing tea. So when we prepare the tea, we require sugar and tea powder and all these things. So these are called complementary goods. Similarly, tube and tire is a very good example. These are complementary to each other. If the demand of tube or tube increases, then ultimately it can be observed that the tire is already in demand for more quantity. And substitute goods, substitute goods is a different thing. For example, if in summer season the price of thumbs up or some cold drink is increased, then people will avoid drinking the cold drink and they will start drinking nimbu sarbat or nimbu pani. So these are the substitutes. It may be given example that if the price of tea increases, then the people will start drinking coffee, and these are also called substitute goods. So uh, it means when there is a change in the price, the substitute goods demand is having in effect, or it increases or it decreases, whatever it may be. So this is called substitute goods and complementary goods. Then in the last we have the law of supply. Supply of goods is the quantity available for the sale at a particular time at various prices. This is supply. And the law of supply states that higher the price, higher the supply. and lower the price, then lower the supply of goods. It means if the price is higher, then the goods are supplied in a larger quantity because the supplier can earn more profit, and if the price is lower, then the supply of goods is lower. Thank you very much.